The unusuals here in the house. Stephanie, singer, very unusual.
Mm-hmm.
She came out with a whole line of sewing machines. I don't know if you know that or not.
Long time ago.
It's back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah.
I'm Ben Yates. Back in the day, I was a gatekeeper in the valleys of the Shire.
Oh,
Yeah, Yates means the same as Gates.
a
Back in
gatekeeper, not at the Tower of London, huh?
the day.
A gatekeeper.
Yeah, that's actually what it was, the Tower of London. But my ancestors were out in the Shire.
Yeah.
Mostly Worcestershire.
Yeah, that's I hear property values are going skyrocketing in the Shire.
there's the property values are as high as shite in the Shire right now.
Yeah.
That shite's gone through the roof.
Shire wire choir.
Jerry Maguire. Hey, let's do a let me generate a word online. How about I have heart, and I have spade, and I have fire.
Let's go with spade.
Let's go with spade. Yeah, spade's a good word.
All right.
Well, McClintock, that field is not going to sow itself.
Yes, you're right, Hubert. You're very right. And I was going to talk to you about that. I feeling that I need to move on to a different shire.
Oh,
Nothing to do with you, though.
well, you're going to have to talk to the sire. And the sire's not fond of people moving over a shire.
I was afraid of that, Hubert. I was very afraid of that. Is there anything at all you recommend when I talk to the sire?
Well, speaking of atolls, there's a little atoll off the coast of Ireland. It's not really a shire, but it is a little atoll. And
Atoll.
perhaps the sire might let you move to that wee island sort of thing.
Well, yes, and I apologize, Hubert, because I shouldn't be putting a burden on you. It's totally my decision. You've done nothing wrong. It's just that, one tires of working the soil after many years. And I think it's time that I move on to, go my own way, have my own adventure. And well, it's about time that my mother says that I need to get married. She's been waiting a long time and I need to find a bride.
Well, my mother's always in everyone's business. Well, this is highly unusual, McClintock. When I agreed to be your feudal lord and master, I figured you'd do it for life.
Yes, and I am most apologetic for that misunderstanding. But I need very, very much to move on, and as you know, my mother is a very adamant woman, very adamant.
But your mother, yes.
And she insists that, well, kicking me out actually, and she says to bring back a bride that she could be proud of.
Did she say bring back? She said bring back, did she?
Oh, yes. That's what I'm doing. I'm going on a search to find a bride, and when I find a bride, then and I'll bring her back, of course.
If you're gonna come back, you're still on my land, McClintock.
Well, if I come back, I was thinking of McFadden, McFadden's lands, out to the north.
Well, now that's another thing altogether. If you're going to switch feudal lords, then I'll have a thing. I'll have a thing or two to say about it.
Well, that's my ancestral, lineage and heritage is the McFadden, and I would have to honor this clan.
How is it then that you slipped to the caste of Earthdigger?
Ah, that's a long, long story. Of course, originally I was a stonemason, built a wonderful, wonderful, castles and bridges and cobbles and cobbling. I did much of it, and then one day,
Cut to one day. Just a few more bricks in that wall, McClintock. This church will be proud structure for the whole county. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, yes, very well done, very well done. Yes. The McClintock clan must surely be missing you, wherever it is that you came from.
Well, they know that my life's work has always been on the stones and giving life to the stones and to the creations that come from the stone. Yes, because the stones, the naturally occurring stones in the Isle, bring life to anything that is built from them and soul.
Yes, well, the structures you've made, that wall over by the courthouse. Whew. And the fountain, of course, in the square. And now the church at the end of the lane.
Yes,
so vibrant and alive.
God willing, yes, that I will continue with this work.
Now, what's this rubbish about you growing a wild hair, or a hair in your palm, or whatever it is?
Oh.
Wild oats or something. I heard a rumor.
Well, you heard correctly. You heard correctly. It seems that, well, I've always had a little bit of a problem with the Cagney family.
Cagney.
Cagney clan. Yes. And well, it seems like O'Shaughnessy Cagney. Well, he's challenged me. He's challenged me to a duel.
Now that'll be a sight to see.
It would be a sight to see, but
if you can draw a pistol as well as you can lay a brick, then you should have no trouble vanquishing O'Shaughnessy.
I'm not a fighting man, and I know nothing of arms. I've never even held a firearm, a pistol, so to speak.
Oh, well then, I shall have to give you a lesson or two.
Oh, that would be most appreciated.
I tell you what, meet me at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
By the Hinson Oak.
The Hinson Oak.
The Hinson Oak.
The Hinson Oak. Oh, there's many tales of intrigue and ghosts at the Hinson Oak.
And I'll show you a thing or two about a firearm.
Okay. I'd appreciate that. Meanwhile,
cut to the atoll off the coast of Ireland.
Well, Bridget, what do you think of our new home?
Well, I must say, I love it. Thomas. I'm quite taken by you and the home, and boy, I don't know. I don't know how you did it. Laying all these crooked stones together.
Uh-huh.
It's like you're a master. It's like you were at Stonehenge.
It's in the family. It just comes to us. We take a stone and the stones speak to us.
Yes.
And this stone tells me where it goes, and that stone tells me where it goes, and so on and so forth. And
Yes.
all of a sudden, after talking to the stones and compiling them, they become the living creature, almost the embodiment of the of the uh, of the object that they're going to become, of the structure.
Oh,
There's nothing is through. It's great. The stones are just acting. I'm just a conduit for the life of the stones.
beautiful. Beautiful. Your handiwork reminds me of the stained glass windows
Mhm.
over at the rectory. So
Uh-huh.
beautiful over there.
Yes. So,
But you know what, Thomas?
mhm.
I heard you talking in your sleep last night.
You did? I wasn't aware of that.
You were talking in your sleep and you said something about having to leave soon. And it seems like we just got the house built.
Oh, well, yes, yes. Sometimes things just slip my mind, or maybe it's I don't want to think about it. But yes, I'm obligated to return at some point to the Shire, where I'm indebted to work. But that would only be for maybe 5 years. And
Thomas,
then I
how
could return.
much are you indebted? How much are you indebted to work?
I am indebted for the sum of £300.
£300, Thomas. Well,
Yes, £300.
that's a life's fortune.
It's a great fortune.
I bet you that debt there's a hell of a story.
Oh,
Cut to the Hitson Oak.
so this is a beautiful firearm, I say.
It is. That's a pearl handle there.
Ah, well,
I've ever engraved one myself.
I'm honored.
Don't
Well,
mind me. I had a cigar.
anything that you can tell me about it, I'll be happy
Well,
to
the thing
know.
about firearms is
Yes.
basically you're pointing your finger. So as you point away from yourself,
Okay, like this.
holding the handle,
Like
don't
this.
point it at me. Don't point it at me.
Okay.
At the tree. At the tree. Yes. See, you see the circle I've carved in the tree.
I do.
And you see the hash. You see the cross hash that I've carved within the circle.
I do.
Yes. Well, the object then is to hit the center of the hash in the center of the circle. Yes. But first we must load the weapon.
Ah, okay.
Yes. But the basic is you point the gun where you want to shoot.
Okay.
In fact, at first, you can lay your index finger along the barrel of the gun.
Okay.
Later on, you won't need that. Later on, you like this. And then roughly where you're pointing your finger is where you're pointing the barrel.
Ah, I see.
Right? So you just get used to that for a minute. Yeah. Beautiful. Now let's load the gun. Hand that over to me. And this is the tricky part. You take this. You see this little sheepskin full of gunpowder. It's a sheepskin full of gunpowder. The first thing we do is we pour a little gunpowder down the barrel.
Ah.
Yes. Okay. About yay much. Yay. Okay. And you see this little sack of lead balls.
I do.
It's heavy. Feel how heavy it is.
Oh.
It's small but heavy. It's like a sack of gold coins.
Ah, yes, I see.
And we take one of these little beauties
Mhm.
and we drop one of those down the barrel,
Okay. Hmm.
like that. Oh, I almost forgot. It works better if you put a little muslin in the barrel before the lead ball.
Oh,
So
all right.
I have a little muslin rag here. You tear off a corner. There it is. Stuff that in. Then the lead ball goes on top.
Mhm.
A little tamping rod is on the side of the pistol. See that?
Ah, I see.
You turn that around. Tamp everything down. You see that?
Yes, I do.
Put this back on the side of the pistol.
Mhm.
You pull this cocking pin back, like so.
I see. I see.
As soon as you pull this trigger, it's ready to fire. There you go. You're ready for a try.
Ah.
It's cocked and ready.
Oh, and all I do is look at
Practice
point.
pointing for a moment. Practice pointing for a moment. And then bring that same finger back onto the trigger.
What did you say exactly?
No, 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 no. Don't point it at me. No, no,
Oh.
don't point it at me.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no. No, I just realized it's been a few years. I'm going to have to apologize. I just realized that the muslin cloth goes after the lead ball, so the lead ball doesn't fall out. So don't point that to the ground. If you point that to the ground, the lead ball will surely fall out,
Oh.
and we will lose it in the field.
Mhm.
So we'll do it properly next time. And now just lay your finger alongside of the barrel.
Okay.
And then when you're ready, bring that same finger back to the trigger. Relaxed, steady, slow, and then gently, without worrying about anything, squeeze the trigger. Well, the tree looks unscathed, but you know,
Yes.
it's your first time.
It takes getting used to. It
It's your
does.
first time. And perhaps the lead ball fell out. Perhaps it was my fault.
Wait a
Tell you what.
second.
I'll tell you what.
Wait a second. Oh my goodness! Look, look.
What is it?
No, no. I
Well, if you're seeing something,
I.
let's walk over there.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh Lordy! I couldn't believe it. Look at it's yeah. It's one of the little people. Oh my goodness! Oh no! Horrors! Horrors!
I'm not sure what I'm looking at here.
I'll be cursed. Yeah, a leprechaun. Oh,
You killed a leprechaun.
I didn't mean to.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, I
Oh,
didn't mean
Lordy.
to.
Oh,
I
Lordy.
didn't mean to.
I'll be taking my stuff then. I'll be taking the gun then, thank you. And I'll be taking the rest of my stuff. Good luck there then, McClintock. Good luck.
Cut to the atoll. So you see, now you can see why I must return to face, well, face a trial. Yes, well, not a regular trial, not with the magistrate and not with the cardinal and not with the shire and not with the landowners, but a trial nonetheless from the little people.
And you paid them £300, eh, to as bail?
Ah, yes. Well, I owe £300 in addition to the
Oh,
trial. Yes, you see, I'm a wanted man, and I might as well admit it. I'm a wanted man. I'm a wanted man because I absconded with enough money to bring you here to the Isle from 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 Lord Ubert, and well, yes, and then I, accidentally, through no fault of my own, ended up killing a leprechaun and whatnot. So the powers that be and the leprechauns, they're all after me. And that's why I need to return 300 pounds, which I've already spent in bringing you here. And well, if I don't go, I'm afraid of the curse of the leprechaun, so I must return.
Here, Thomas, please sit down and enjoy your stew
Okay.
while we stew over this. It's your favorite.
Oh, yes.
It's got a little of the wild sassafras.
I can taste the wild mushrooms.
Wild mushrooms, everything's wild.
The wild barley.
It's wild.
The wild peat. The wild sheep entrails.
Wild spruce bark.
Oh, yes. Wild berries.
So sweet this time of year.
So sweet. So.
I think it's the deer droppings that makes them so sweet.
Oh, and there's no better deer droppings than in the atoll. Well, we have a cozy little atoll, and yet I need to return. I'll never be safe. We'll never be safe.
Yes, Thomas. Yes. It's just, I'm confused. Was it 300 pounds you stole from Lord Hubert?
Yes.
Oh, so 300 pounds to your Lord Hubert.
Yes.
Very crafty of you, by the way. Plus bail from. And of course, you've escaped. You've left the bailiwick, so I'm sure there's another fee. And then you have to speak with the leader of the leprechauns.
I'm afraid it's more than speak. It's a trial they'll be demanding.
It was this bail that you paid then?
Well, I didn't exactly pay the bail. Well, I kind of.
You probably still owe the bail. I see.
I see. Yes. It's all rather complex, but it only can be solved by me returning. Because if I don't return, well, they'll just come and get me, and they'll be awfully angry.
No. I had a terrible dream last night, Thomas, that you were carried away by leprechauns, and it's like the story of Lilliput.
Oh yes, the little Fusen.
Which was quite frightening. It was the most frightening tale of my child years, my wee years.
Oh yes.
Listen, I'm most afraid of the Lord of the Leprechauns. Can we just go face that first and get it over with?
Well, I didn't want to have you to be facing this issue, but I would, if you're willing to come with me, that I'm sure that would be agreeable.
No, well, you kidnapped me from the Isle of Wight. And because of your charms, I fell in love with you on the way to this atoll.
I had to. Your father was most insistent that he wasn't going to talk to McClintock.
Yes, well, father's stubborn that way. He's a gangly. The Gangleys have always been.
Yes. Yes, the Gangleys. But known for their fighting spirit, but also known for their intransigence.
Yes, well, he's got the scars to prove the former.
Yes.
And he's got me being kidnapped to prove the latter, so.
Yeah.
Cut to McClintock and the leprechaun leader. So you're the one, are you? That went off and killed old Spiky by the tree, by the Hinton tree.
Oh, Bagildon, Bagildon, I pray, listen to me, listen to my tale of woe. Uh, it was purely an accident. It was not intended. It was an accidental.
That's even worse, you sloppy Joe. The best you could do, killing one of mine, was an accident, was it?
It was a complete accident. It was not intentional at all. And is there anything that I can do to make up for that?
Well, being asleep in the head is the biggest crime to a leprechaun.
Oh,
So you'll have to pay the largest fine there is.
well, what is that?
Well, you'll be stuck being a human exactly as you are for 1,000 years.
Oh, no, 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 no. You can't do that to me.
You won't age.
That's cruel.
You'll just feel like you're aged.
Oh, that's a cruel, cruel, cruel punishment.
Well, I don't see any other way out of this.
Well, I heard the legend that if I could, if I could make it to the, go to the end of the rainbow, find the end of the rainbow, and bring back the pot of gold to you, would that make up for it? Because it wasn't intentional, and if I could bring you the pot of gold, that would surely make up for this terrible, terrible accident.
Well, quit using that naughty word, will you? You'd have been better off doing it on purpose.
Really?
You know, the one you killed was on his way to the end of the rainbow.
Yeah, he's Spiky?
Spiky was on his way.
Oh.
And he was nearly there from all the reports.
Well, then that makes it more important for me to go and do it.
Well,
And fulfill what Spiky was trying to do.
if you'll take on Spiky's journey, that's very noble. But you must still find the pot of gold and return it. You must honor all of Spiky's kin by serving them in whatever way they ask. And you'll save yourself that 1,000 years of being stuck in the same corpse.
Oh. You know, I'm a recent husband, and I don't want my wife to suffer for this, for my deeds.
Well, no, this is on you. This is totally on you. And the word has it, you killed Spiky before you met your wife, so
yes, that's true.
she's nothing to do with it.
Oh.
Unless she's going to throw herself at the courts or some such nonsense.
No, I wouldn't to allow that. How much time do I have to fulfill this and find and bring back the pot of gold?
Well, you've got 3 days.
3 days.
3 days. We'll see you back in 3 days, or I'll cast a spell on you.
3 days. Oh.
3 days.
Oh. 3 days.
Out to a misty gray day without much rainbow. Well, Thomas, are you sure the rainbow is this way?
Well, it's a tale told in my family for many years that if one follows the greenest moss carefully, the greenest of mosses, and then comes upon the tree of fate, the tree of fate will point if you ask the right question. And then from there, it's probably only 1 day's journey to find the end of the rainbow. First we follow, that's why we're following this green moss, the greenest moss, you see it?
I do see it, Thomas. This
The
is the
greenest
brightest
of all mosses.
This is the brightest green that we've seen.
Ah, yes,
It's a fair bright green, like the first day of spring.
yes.
And here we are dead of winter.
That's so.
Well, I have renewed faith in you, Thomas. I surely don't want you to not age while I age.
Oh,
That would sour me bones.
that can't happen. It just can't happen. Now there is that the tree looks. Is it a tree or a tall man? A very tall man. I can't tell, but could that be the tree of fate?
It, well, I don't know, Thomas. It appears to be a giant, a very thin giant. Well,
Cut to Thomas talking to the tree of fate. Hi, are you the tree of fate?
who speaks to me down there?
Thomas McClintock from the Shire, Ulbert.
Oh, yes. I've heard from the elves that you killed one of them.
I killed no elf. It was an accident in harming and, well, killing a leprechaun.
Oh, leprechaun was it?
Yes.
Well, these old ears have been known to make a mistake or two. You killed a leprechaun.
Well, not intentionally. It was just an accident. A terrible, terrible accident.
And how are you atoning for this accident?
Well, I'm to find the end of the rainbow. And there, when I find the end of the rainbow, there's a pot of gold, which I'll bring back to the leprechaun kingdom and the leprechaun king. And then I'll be in servitude to the family of the leprechaun Spiky for I don't know how long.
Well, if you're going to be in service, then there's one thing I have to say.
Yes, tree of fate.
The greenest moss I've ever seen is over the Twin Hill to the east.
Ah, I'm of great gratitude, tree of fate. Great, great gratitude.
But know this.
Yes, tree.
You will die alone.
I'll die alone.
Got to the Twin Hills. But Thomas, I don't know if I can go another step.
Oh, my dearest, we only have till the sun sets tonight to bring back the pot of gold.
Tonight, but we're 3 days' journey away from home, Thomas.
That's true. That's true.
What is that I hear? Is the breeze speaking?
You hear the breeze speak.
The breeze is speaking.
What does it say to you?
It's this way, leprechaun killer. It's over here. It's over here, Thomas.
Ah,
Here it's what is well, that must be
the brightest and most beautiful rainbow I've ever seen.
that is amazing. And what is it that well, Thomas,
Yes.
what's there? What's at the end of it there? What was that? I feel like I just saw an elf. I see nothing now. Let's get to the end of the rainbow.
Ah, these elves, yeah, something here.
What was? I felt something brush along me.
Me too.
I think it was an elf.
But
Do
this
you-
is the right to come to the rainbow. Oh, what?
Oh, this way, leprechaun.
It's the
Come on.
right. We're charged from the king of the leprechauns. That's what gives us the right. These elves can be so pesky. Yes, let us by. Let us go. We're on a mission from the king of the leprechauns.
In that case, we'll take 10%.
You'll have to take that up with the king of the leprechauns.
Then we will. Ooh. They're so creepy, Thomas. Let's get to the end of the rainbow.
Yeah.
Ah, you're going to need that spade you brought.
Yes.
I can't believe we're here at the end of it.
Yes.
I thought you couldn't come to the end of a rainbow.
It's right here. Look at how it hits the ground.
Here it is. Here it is, reflecting off my skin.
Yes, most beautiful. And look at how it hits the ground. It's
Like
so
pouring. It's pouring into the ground, Thomas.
yes.
It's like a river of every color.
And look at how the river flows.
Dig, Thomas, dig. Perhaps the river turns into gold. Oh, well, there it is, Thomas.
Yes.
It's
Let me grab. Oh,
it's not just a pot of gold. It's all gold. It's gold and then more gold.
it's quite small. I had thought the pot of gold was big and gigantic, but it's all here, and it's gold, and look at how the colors keep changing.
But it's so I'm surprised you can pick that up. It seems so dense with gold.
Oh, my beloved, look at how my hands and my arms are changing.
Oh,
Look. Oh dear. I'm
you're turning into gold, Thomas.
I'm turning.
Let me help you. Let me help you. Oh, me too. I'm turning into gold. But what's that? What's that feeling, Thomas? We're being transported. Thomas and the leprechaun king. Well, you've come too, McClintock.
I have, but my wife seems to be still sleeping.
The ladies seem to take a little longer coming undone from gold. Look at you. Look at you with your little pots of gold. Huh? Look at you. But you know how much gold is in that little pot? As much gold as one desires. It's a little pot of desire. That's what it is. I'll take that.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, and you see, it's quite big for me.
Well,
It's quite huge. Oh, Sigley. Oh, Sigley. Yes. See this to its capturing place.
wait a second. Wait a second.
Yes.
Wait a second. It's me, Spiky. You can't kill a leprechaun with a bullet. What a crazy fool you be.
We got you there, Thomas McClintock. We got you there. We got you there.
That you could kill a leprechaun. No mortal can kill a leprechaun, no matter how they try.
We got you there.
Oh, you're a foolish, foolish lad. A
Thomas,
foolish lad.
Thomas, what's happening? What's happening?
Oh, it's a tale that is unbelievable. Guess what? I didn't kill Spiky after all.
Oh, well, good news then.
Yes.
But wait, we nearly died getting the little pots of gold.
Well, I guess we might have, if it wasn't for the fact that we were good people, and we never tended to do evil. And maybe that's the moral of the story, that sometimes accidents can happen, but if you're good-hearted and you do the right thing.
Thomas, there's still the matter of your debt. You're a wanted man.
Oh, that's
true. In Shire.
Yes, I am.
Well, perhaps this little band of leprechauns can. I mean, what's £300 to them?
That's true. That's true.
What do you say? What do you say, Leprechaun King?
Yeah, what do you say?
Does Thomas McClintock, as honorable as he is, deserve to be relieved of his debts in your name? Well, interesting. Well, we did play a little tomfoolery on you, Thomas. We did pull the bag over your eyes.
Oh, yes. And you fell for it. You fell for it.
You killed the leprechaun. You know, Spiky plays dead better than the rest. He really does. He really does.
Hey,
Spiky, show him the black hole. Show him the black hole you used to make it look like you've been shot through. Look at this black hole. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, brilliant.
I could sleep for 100 years and wake up, and
sure.
So it wasn't hard for me to be, well, you might say, indisposed for a bit, and then you vanish and come back.
So what kind of a debt are we looking at? Well, like we said, it's just £300 plus maybe some fees. Well, £300 plus fees.
£300.
What do you think? What do you think, Thomas?
Well, I don't. Yeah, well, if you can see your way through to pay off my debt, in sort of a, thanks for bringing you the pot, I would be most appreciative. My bride and I would be most appreciative.
I'll tell you what. You follow through with your little shooting match.
Oh.
You follow through with your little shooting match and win. And I'll see your debts are paid.
Oh boy, I don't even, I'm fearful of even touching a firearm now.
Goodbye then.
No. Oh.
Thomas, it appears you must duel after all. Well, what's the penalty for being late to a duel?
Oh. Well, if I don't pay the money, I'll go to debtor's prison. If I'm late for a duel, it means that
you have to pay money. You have to pay money when you're late for a duel, do you?
No. If I'm late for the duel, then I'll be hung.
Well, how late are you for the duel?
It's the Lynch family. You know, the Lynch family that controls.
Oh. How late are you, though? I mean, are you hanging late?
Wait a second.
I mean, you've been with me for, well, nigh on a year. When was the duel?
That's right. The duel was over a year ago. So I'm a wanted man for missing the duel, and I owe £300 to. Oh, I guess we could run away again to the atoll.
Oh,
Because the leprechauns don't want me anymore, so there's no one there to really bring me back.
but the leprechauns will pay our debts if you win the duel. What if let's show up and insist on a duel?
Okay.
Let's insist on it. And if that doesn't work, let's try a little song and dance. cut to the duel with Cagney O'Shaughnessy.
Mr. O'Shaughnessy Cagney.
I could have you hanged for this, McClintock.
Yes, Thomas McClintock. Understand that you have the right to hang me because I was late and did not show up. But I ask you to reconsider and grant me the right to duel as an honorable man.
Well, I think you'll have to challenge me to another duel.
But you challenged me.
Which you absconded on.
Yes.
I should have you hanged.
By King's law, yes, you should.
Therefore, I will have you hanged. Unless you challenge me to a duel.
I, Thomas McClintock, hereby challenge you to a duel, and as such will choose the weapons.
Well, accept, and I have brought the weapons for you to choose from. Here we go. Thank you, Grandpa. Choose wisely.
Hmm. 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 Well, there's a dagger, but I won't choose that. And there's a pistol, which I won't choose. And then there's, yes, there's a toadstool. A poison toadstool, no doubt. And I choose the poison toadstool.
Very nice. Go ahead and take it then. I choose the cutlass.
I thought you're both supposed to choose the same weapon.
I choose whatever I like, McClintock.
Okay.
So,
did you know, before we start, Cagney Lynchman, did you know that?
Did you just call me by the wrong last name?
No, I called you from the name assigned to you by the Lord High Protector, Oliver Cromwell.
Nonsense! I challenge you to a duel. How dare you toss that mushroom into my face?
I'm sorry. You startled me, and
I'm in the midst.
it was an accident. It was an accident.
I'm in the
Oh,
middle of throwing
just,
my glove.
just an accident.
Uh,
Oh, I am so
uh,
sorry.
uh,
Oh,
Take this to your grave, McClintock. That 2 + 2 is not equal 4.
I seem doomed.
Thomas, you've done it. You've won the duel. In fact, it seems you've won 3 duels. So certainly, all of your debts will be, well, relieved, and then we can live
Lovely.
where we like. We can go back to the atoll.
We can go to the atoll, and you know something that's funny? With all the gold going around and all this talk of money, we have nothing. We have no money. But we do have our love, and we have the stones on the atoll. So,
Let's tell you what. Let's go visit. Let's go visit Hubert, the Lord and Master, and just to make sure he's okay.
okay, I guess I should pay my respects before we leave.
Thomas
Yes,
at Lord Hubert's.
Lord Hubert.
Yes, there you are, you nasty foul creature.
Yeah, you've no doubt may have heard about my exploits, which
Hmm.
I've compiled into a book.
A book,
Yes, a book.
a book.
Yeah, it's quite an amazing tale, and I think it even more strange than one of the Lilliputians.
Hmm. That's funny you should mention that. I've just gotten into publishing. Let me, if it's as good as you say, it'll be worth at least £300 if I sell it.
Well, here's the hand-written volume.
Whoa, whoa. Mm, that's a hefty one.
But yes,
I shall have that printed up by woodcut at once.
I'm so grateful.
All your debts are paid, McClintock. All your debts are paid.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Lord.
Cut to the atoll.
Oh, oh, that's a beautiful sweater you're knitting there.
Why, thank you. Well, it's going to be a cold one. I read it in the little leprechaun's almanac.
In fact, that little sweater you're knitting, it's quite small. Could it be for a leprechaun or what?
Well, this one's for Spiky.
For Spiky? Oh, that devil.
You know, it's funny, Thomas. We have no money,
Not a farthing, not a
and yet,
crown.
we never want for naught.
That's true. The sheep seem content. Huh. Potatoes are growing well.
The
Winters
hemp
are not
plant.
bad.
Hmm?
The winters aren't bad, and the shamrocks are coming up, and the thatch roof is, and the goats, yeah, providing lots of milk.
We seem to have it all, Thomas. There's always tobacco for your pipe.
Oh, yes, yeah. That's thanks to those pesky elves. They bring it every once in a while for me. If I tell them a good tale, of course.
They always loved a good story, didn't they? Oh, that's all they ever wanted was a story, wasn't it?
Yeah. They love a good tale.
Mm. Speaking of which, how'd you get that mark on your left elbow?
Oh, That's a long, long tale. I should write it down.